my works, ye mighty. Let rivals frown and sneer, if like a king I stamp my passions on all lifeless things. My final words outlasting all these foes, for whom my epitaph has bred despair. This anthem seeded in each algal bloom, sown long ago to yield a plinth of reefs, or sealed within a patch of shale to save from loss the fossils of each coelacanth, or traced upon a mudflat like the tracks of ichthyoids that scuffled from the surf, each phrase a symbol pressed into a fern, safe kept within the coal beds of a marsh, or dipped in amber like each damselfly whose twitches ended in a dab of pitch, or etched into the claystone from a creek where phytosaurs inhaling lava thrashed. I reigned among the graves of Pithecenes, whose femurs broken lay upon the veldt, my god unmet, yet scrimshawed in a tusk to poach the gravid magic from a witch. Each totem chafed into the gabbro bluffs by bushmen born to hunt the thylacines, each ochre stain begored, evoking droves of boars on frescoes in these humid caves, or styled in russet glyphs upon the frieze of cliffs along the miles of jungle growth, or daubed with fat and ash upon the walls of grottos where, torch lit, the horses leapt. These words a dirge among the megaliths, all lifted like my crown to ring the heath, my master work encrypted in these nicks and kerfs incut on bricks from ziggurats. I signed cartouches framed upon facades of plaster work ensconced in mastabas, then carved a sign upon the tortoiseshell which pyromancers flung into the flames, the slabs of mud unbaked until the mobs that sacked my palace set the tiles ablaze, the scrolls of vellum buried like a hoard of shekels stockpiled near a lake of brine, the condor and the jackal both displayed among the laneways raked into the plain, my battlements that spanned a hinterland to keep at bay the warlords of the steppe, my papal hymns like psalms of seraphim who kissed the vaulted ceiling in a shrine, the secret things unspoken by the bride, whose grin implied the ruses of a sphinx. I ruled astride two trunkless legs of stone, half sunk obtrusive in vast seas of sand, my shattered visage like a mask that four colossi wore while staring from the bluff, my relics left untouched inside the crypt beneath the subfloors of a humble school, or packed like keepsakes in my cylinder interred below the fairgrounds of a park, or crated like ceramic shields, all stacked and shelved inside the salt cave of a mine. The organ pipes at mass, intoning drones with treadles stuck for decades at a time, each tune in sync with cupra-nickel gears that clocked the kilo years inside my vault, the massive carving on the mountainside. Out for a walk, my darling, be back soon. I roamed alone toward my cosmodrome of monuments in the barrens of the West, a zone where onyx blocks and iron spikes defended toxic tombs from future ghouls the xenon atoms strewn like dots of dew, to form 3 clues upon a nickel plaque, each cryptograph enciphered like a gene that masterminds implanted in a germ, or etched like microfiche upon the sheet of glass which soared aboard my satellite, or mapped inside the disco balls of brass which spun in orbit for 10 million years, the bootprints in the moon dust at the site where rocketeers unfurled my oriflamme, my doom book stashed inside a supercar whose dummy pilot drove around a star. I wrote refrains ingrained in metal moons that oversaw from space a storm of rust, the harmattan in realms where charlatans mistook a mountain for my countenance, the folklore in a world of books all stored aboard the landers, lost among the dunes, or minted like a diamond centime tossed upon the ice, where rills of ethane pooled, or etched into my disk of gold, dispatched beyond the doldrums of the astral squall. My sketches of 2 nudes upon the plates, held fast to probes outcast from paradise. My thrill for 80 seconds from the flash of static, heard but once, then never since, a supergiant dimmed as though eclipsed by shadow plays backlit against its blaze. I raised my mighty screen around each sun to bend these beams of daylight to my will, the stars displayed as though by demigods to draw the shapes of either swans or lyres, each galaxy a wreath immersed in flames, bequeathed to me to rest upon my brow, the trumpets of my fame, as loud as floods of space-time from the brightest abattoirs, all superclusters hauled like cinder blocks to build a wall which framed my universe, the faint hello in shockwaves from a glow of pride, subsiding since the birth of time. Behold, the poets who have yet to prove their lastingness resent what life contrives, insisting that their jeers are more sublime than endless deserts seized by me for art. Alas, these peers who strive to know me fail, unless they first surpass what I have dreamt.
Wow.